Broadcasting from RTN 16 Studios, welcome to the holiday edition of Spotlight on Rowlett. I'm Tammy Dana-Bashian, Mayor of Rowlett.
And I'm Brian Funderburk, Rowlett City Manager.
Happy holidays, Brian.
Happy holidays to you too, Mayor.
2020 is right around the corner.
Oh my gosh, we're really going to do this?
This is
cool.
My favorite show of the year.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. They look good on us, don't they?
Before we get to all the holiday events and happenings in Rowlett, let's talk about a few items that are in the news. Let's get started with this month's Spotlight story. The Garland Independent School District serves students who live in the cities of Garland, Rowlett, and Saxe. Educating over 56,000 students across 72 campuses, Garland ISD ranks as the 5th largest district in the DFW area and the 15th largest in Texas. GISD boasts a diverse population that speaks more than 100 languages, as well as technology-driven campuses, magnet programs, and approximately 200 career and technical education courses. Recently, I invited GISD Superintendent Dr. Ricardo Lopez to the RTN 16 studios to discuss some recent achievements and how they are adapting for the future. Let's take a look at that interview. So I am thrilled to have Dr. Ricardo Lopez with us here on the show today. And Dr. Lopez is the superintendent of the Garland Independent School District, of which Rowlett is a part of.
Yes.
And you are in your 3rd year with us here in our school district.
Yes, starting the 3rd year.
You've been a little busy.
Oh, I love it. It's been great.
You know, my youngest boy has been removed from the school district for only 3 years, and I am amazed at the changes that have already occurred under your leadership.
Thank you.
A lot of our residents think that the city controls the school district,
right.
And it really is an independent organization. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. You know, while we work really closely together, the city has their aspects, and the unlike other states, what happens is we have a lot of residents that move in from other states where it's one and the same. But here in Texas, the independent school district, that's where the word independent comes from, is independent from the municipalities that it serves. It's its own freestanding organization.
But you know, how you operate the school district is so important to our community.
Thank you.
It is, you know, a lot of the reasons people move to our community.
Right.
Schools are incredibly important. And I just really appreciate the partnership that we have. And I think that the school district and Saxe, Rowlett, and Garland, who are all part of the school district, work really well with the school district too.
We got a fabulous Tri-City area. Your city in particular is phenomenal. It has a vibe, it has a pride, it has a great reputation, and it's booming.
It is booming.
It is booming.
8th fastest growing city in the United States.
Hey, and that's in a magazine. That's just not us talking.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about what's happening in Rowlett, and we love the people that really buy into the community. And although we're one of the largest school districts in the nation of choice, the people in Rowlett want to stay in Rowlett, and they really love their high school. They love the opportunities they have in other programs at the same time. But you'll see them start in the elementary schools on up, and they develop that Rowlett Eagle pride.
I wore my Rowlett High School
Yes,
colors today, so I'm a supporter.
It looks good on you. It looks good.
All right, well, let's talk about some of the details that I think our viewers would like to hear. You know, district campuses were graded recently by the Texas Education Agency's accountability system. And can you give us an overview of how Garland Independent School District did and how our Rowlett schools did?
Wow, we're really proud. Okay, so schools get report cards now, much like students do, and it's on an A through F rating. So it's very clear to understand where your campus is at. And so this was the first year that the campuses got rated on an A through F system. The districts got rated the year prior, and so this is, as a district, this is our 2nd year, and we improved from an 81 to an 88, which we're really proud of. We're almost an A.
B+++. B++++.
But what was really neat was 97% of our campuses hit the grade, and we only had 2. That's 7. We have 72 campuses, so 70 out of 72 made the grade. None.
What does that mean, made the grade?
Made A, B, or C.
Okay.
Okay. We have 2 D campuses, and we're working really hard to pull them out. None of those schools are located in Rowlett. But one of the things is that we were most proud of is because 46 of our campuses were A and B. 48 campuses got a statewide distinction. So about 73% of our campuses are exceeding state expectations. And then when you look at it and you start looking at all the offerings that we have, and you start seeing that it's a very robust school system that is focused on children and is really going to reach out to communities, and that's where the power comes from. So in that, we've been doing a lot of celebrations.
A lot of celebrations, and
Yeah.
that's important.
Oh, we go campus to campus for the A's and B's, and we do a pinning ceremony where these teachers get pinned by a student of their choice, and they get a real nice medallion to wear with pride. We change their signature page to include the grade of the campus, and then we put a nice banner for all the community to see that they're going to grade A campuses. So.
The reason I am interviewing you today is a teacher that teaches in Rowlett came to me and said,
goodness.
you have got to celebrate what is going on
I love
at
it.
GISD and the ratings. And I said, I think that's absolutely right. Let's get
Oh, my
Dr. Lopez
goodness.
in here and talk about it.
She deserves 2 stars.
Yeah, she's a good lady.
Oh my goodness,
She's a
that
good
is
lady.
awesome.
So what's your goal in the future for this, and how do you get there?
So the goal is to be an A district with all A campuses. We're very driven, and the beauty of Garland is we're very diverse. When you look at our school district, we have 72 languages spoken.
Wow.
We got 55,000 students, and we have close to 2/3 of our population on free and reduced lunch, and we make no mistakes. We might not have the wealth of other districts, but our kids have the same worth, the same potential. And so we're training our teachers, and we're locking arms to show the rest of the DFW area that it can be done. But it's more than just a grade. What we're trying to do really is focus on college and career readiness. We're one of the few school districts that are going to offer an early college, college credit hours, or a P-TECH. People have heard about these P-TECH
And we're going to talk
initiatives.
about that.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So when they graduate, they have either an endorsement so they can immediately go to the workforce, or they have 12 credit hours, or they're going to get an associate's degree in a number of different things. Most people will only offer associate's degrees. They never have the vision of saying everybody's going to graduate ready to work or go straight to college with 12 hours. The thing that we're proud of, we've already developed a system that on college career readiness, we should hit an A mark in that aspect next year, because we're having more kids college and career ready before they graduate. And that's one thing we're most proud of.
And there's been a huge shift in education to career readiness
Yeah.
in addition to college readiness. And
Right.
what an important thing for our students and for our communities.
Oh yes, and we offer this beautiful GRCTC, if you haven't seen it, right off the George Bush. And from the outside, it looks like a space-age center, but when you go in, it is a 21st century environment.
It is.
What we want to do with our taxpayers and our students is deliver the best education experience possible. And there's a number of things in the background. So in order to get our kids college career ready, we have to have the facilities to do it. So right now we're doing a facility study, and we're going in deep. And it's not just about heating and cooling and water. It's about 21st century learning environments.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
what it is.
Right, and so when we go into the GRCTC, we see what that means. And so our belief is every kid in every class deserves that experience. And so we're going to come up with a master plan to see how that looks for GISD. People have already been talking about it because we've had people from all the communities coming in to start saying, what does that look like for us? And we're doing walks in all of our campuses. And the other thing we did was a demographic study. So it's not only about building it, but with all the growth, like in Rowlett, can it absorb the growth that's there with the growth that's coming in, with the growth that will come in, right? Because there's all these stages going on. And so the thing that we found out in the demographic study, that we're ahead of the DFW on retention rate. So if a kid comes to our schools and starts in our schools, 96% stay in our schools. That's way ahead of the DFW average. The kids
That is huge.
It is. So so when kids go to charter schools or anything else, any other choice, it's because they never came to our schools. Most of them. But what we saw at our expo just this week, a bunch of charter kids were there to check out our schools and with their parents because they're hearing the buzz of what's going on. And so we're thinking kids that have never been in a public school setting, people are moving over. And so when we realize that, it's real important because we know the people that are in our schools are going to stay. The future builds are going to come in. And so
population growth is huge.
The population growth is huge. So we want to ensure that our facilities are not just for what we're building for right now, but 10, 15, 20 years out.
So one thing I hear a lot from Rowlett residents is the overcrowding in some of our schools.
Right.
Where are we feeling the pinch right now, and what are we doing to combat that? I know you're talking about a facilities assessment.
Right. And you know, parents are right. It is a concern. Matter of fact, when I came in and I started doing my walks, I was like, you know, we need to really strategically look at how we handle this infrastructure. You're seeing the pinch of where you're developing it. You have housing developments almost everywhere, but there's still a lot of land too.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're doing is
we're still 30% undeveloped.
Right.
Right.
So I mean, there's a lot of opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and so why do people choose Rowlett? We know that they choose Rowlett because there's a great community here. We know they choose Rowlett because the housing is actually affordable compared to other places.
It is.
You get more bang for your buck, and then you go to a good school system. I say great school system.
Great school system.
So they're choosing there, and so we have like campuses that are busting that everybody wants to go to. Keeley, you know, in the Waterview area. We have these hot spots, and because we have choice, we have more people that go there. So as people are choosing, what we're doing is we're making sure that in these facility studies, when we plan out, we want to make sure that we build out to that. So that way everybody that chooses the school will have a likelihood of going to that school.
So let's talk a little bit about programming.
Okay.
Because, you know, I might not be using the right words.
No.
But,
everybody knows what you're talking about.
you know, choice of school and just the variety of programming that you offer throughout your school system is incredible. You know, so there's a few things that I know that are new offerings in Rowlett.
Right.
I think there's a P-Tech program now in
Yes,
Rowlett. We
yes.
mentioned that earlier.
Our first P-Tech.
Our first P-Tech.
Our
So
first P-Tech.
tell us what that means.
When I was a kid, I was stuck in the school system, and it was good, obviously, but it was a school system that A led to B led to C. Your elementary was your middle, and your middle was your high, and whatever they offered. And if you lived in the right area, great. If you didn't, well, so be it. And so what attracted me to Garland was twofold: the choice system, because there's so many opportunities for all kids.
There aren't many choice of school districts.
No, there
choice
isn't.
Choice of school
Especially
districts.
this much.
Yeah.
And so I wanted my kids to have choices too. So, you know, come on, it's a great school system. So what we did was we had a vision of creating an early college and a P-Tech. And for those of the people that don't know what a P-Tech is, it's an early college program that's aligned to an industry and an industry partner. So kids will leave with an associate's degree and or an industry certificate. So they're going to have 60 hours of college plus an industry certificate and be immediately employable. But we use the workforce to determine what are the biggest gaps in the nation for these jobs.
Okay.
So we don't just say, well, kids' interest. It's a very strategically done thing. One of the biggest voids is the gaming industry, believe it or not. So one of the best gaming facilities in the nation is called the Guildhall. It's at SMU. So why not partner with the best gaming facility? The jobs there are robust. And so we started our first gaming facility at Rowlett High School this year.
So Rowlett High School is
The first
the
P-Tech,
location for this first P-Tech.
and
for
it
the,
is 21st century. It is big time.
And how many students are in that program now? About
125.
wow.
Yeah, so right off the bat, we had 125, and it's these kids that can create virtual reality. So when we talk about gaming, we're talking about programming, cybersecurity, virtual reality, and of course, competitive gaming. Competitive gaming now is gaining more attention than real life sports. So the students are going to be able to develop those programs. If they leave with an associate's degree, they'll be making more than their teachers as 18-year-olds. If they, believe it or not, there's bachelor's and master's and doctorates of gaming. And if they go to the Guildhall in gaming, they'll be able to choose their salary.
So is that a path that would lead right, from an associate's degree, graduating from Rowlett High School to go to somewhere like that, or
to probably a gaming degree at UNT?
Okay.
And then they could get their master's degree either at SMU or
Okay.
UNT, and
Okay.
then if they can get into Guildhall, that would be icing on the cake.
So when does that program start? Is it a freshman or is that an upperclassman?
No,
or?
so we phased it in. It's a 4-year program,
Okay.
and this year we have to have applications. Students have to pass a TSI this year, and the majority of them already flew by that. So that's like college entrance criteria, so they can start taking advanced courses. They're all of like character. So people are like, oh my goodness, so all the smart kids are going to Rowlett from the Gaming Institute. So I want you to think, this year it's 125. Next year will be about 125 to 150. So over the course of time, you're looking at about 400 to 500 kids.
Out of what, 2,200 in the Rowlett
Yeah.
High School, somewhere like that?
That will be gamers.
Wow.
That will be creating the future games or virtual reality. And everything's moving towards that. Cybersecurity. So we're really excited, and that's our flagship. So that's the first P-Tech. And we decided on Rowlett because what we did on all our P-Techs, because every high school is going to have a P-Tech and every high school is going to have an early college. They're going to have both. So we decided on Rowlett because they were already competing in Cyber Patriot and doing a number of these things on their own. And they had the infrastructure and the teaching expertise, so we just capitalized on that.
Any other P-Techs coming in at other the schools that you want to briefly mention?
Oh yeah, so we have a total of 7 coming out. So our
Okay.
teaching P-Tech will be at Saxe High School.
Okay.
We're going to be doing our health P-Tech for the medical industry at North. We're looking at auto mechanics at South, manufacturing at Garland, and law at Lakeview.
So we talked a lot about programming at our high schools in
Yes.
our, upper level. What about at the lower levels? What are we doing in the elementary schools? What are we doing in the middle schools to help our students?
Oh, that is so awesome. So we are looking to expand our STEM programs. So we're looking at more MSTs. Kids are now being exposed to programming as early as kindergarten. And that's all kids. So kids are learning to code. What we decided was coding is an essential language in today's age.
Yeah.
And so the kids are learning very basic code, and they'll move on to the more advanced codes as they go through the whole system. We expanded our IB program into the middle school this year. So Austin
Oh, I
Academy.
did not know that.
Yeah, Austin Academy is now
An IB program.
going to be an IB program. So we're in
Interesting.
year 1 of IB, and we're looking at starting IB as early as elementary.
The backbone of our school systems are our teachers,
Yes.
and they're on board.
Oh, thank you.
They're
Thank you.
on
That
board
means
with-
more than anything, because they are the backbone. They
They
are
are.
the fabric of our great school system.
And, thank you for your leadership.
It's them. It's all them.
What would you like to say to our viewers, in closing
well-
remarks
well,
in
thank you.
regards to our wonderful school district?
You know what? First of all, I want to thank you. And I want to thank you for the compliments. These compliments are a reflection of other people's work, not mine. When I got here, I want to let the viewers know I've worked in other areas, and I've never been around more talent and more dedication and more love for a school system. The people that work in Garland truly have a lot of pride, and they're proud of their school system. The teachers, the way they've come full circle with our dyslexic programs, the way they've come full circle integrating different language concepts, how they're working together in their PLCs. If you saw how our teachers collaborate now, oh my goodness, you would be just so proud, because it's no longer about the teaching, it's about, are the kids learning? And what are we going to do if they're not? And if they are, how can we push them even further?
And I feel like they feel like they're part of the process and the decision making in
they
the
are.
future.
Oh, they are. A lot of things that we do is we always have a feedback loop. So we talk through different people, and we get the feedback from the bottom, and then we look at what needs to be done. We try to very rarely do a top-down management and think that we know best when we're not there every day with the kids. And that's why in this whole facilities process, we involved a number of educators to start with, and then we're doing group walks at each high school. And what I intentionally did was keep myself out of it. Now, I came to meetings and watched just so I could see. I did not participate. This is not coming from me. These energies are coming from the community and the teachers and the people who work here. And so I feel that their voice needs to be valued. And a lot of their initiatives, when I did my Lopez Listens tour, is what we're doing. So when we talk about this college for all, they wanted more opportunities for kids, and we're doing our best to deliver.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your focus on
thank you.
Rowlett.
Yes.
It's not just Garland, it's Rowlett, Saxe, Garland.
Yes,
and
absolutely. We're all in it together.
Absolutely highlight Rowlett every single time you're here, and we really appreciate you.
It's a beautiful city. I'm proud to be part of it.
Thank you, Dr. Lopez.
Thank you. You made my day.
You know, Brian, the school district is so integral to the town and the development and our residents. It's very, very important that our residents understand what's going on in the school district.
Well, Mayor, that's right. I mean, 56,000 students, and you think about 100 different languages, they just do a remarkable job.
And education's changing. It's no longer the historical methods of teaching and programming. It is a whole new world out there, and we need to keep abreast with what is important for our students.
A groundbreaking ceremony for the Sapphire Bay Crystal Lagoons Amenity was held on Monday, November 25th. Located on the lakeside property south of IH-30 and Dow Rock Road, Sapphire Bay is a unique 117-acre, $1 billion mixed-use surf and beach-based waterfront development unlike any in the country. Construction of Phase 1 has begun, which includes the Crystal Lagoons Amenity and an island entertainment component with an incredible synchronized water and video show, a resort and conference center, a world-class marina, and the Surf and Beach Club. Phase 1 is expected to be complete in late 2023 to coincide with the completion of TxDOT's Interstate 30 improvements from Bass Pro to Dow Rock Road. The total Sapphire Bay build-out is envisioned to include 1.4 million square feet of commercial space and 1,600 residential units. The development is projected to add nearly $1 billion in new taxable value, resulting in nearly $165 million in revenue from property, sales, and hotel occupancy taxes over the next 17 years. Check out this drone footage of the dirt moving. Mayor, what an incredible day. We have been waiting for years to break ground on this, and the Crystal Lagoon is happening. The entertainment feature, the Surf and Beach Club. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on.
You know, it's important that we celebrate this moment because it has been a long time coming, as our residents know, and it really is happening. The Crystal Lagoon is being built, and we're very, very excited for our community. And it's more than just about the Crystal Lagoon. This is a mixed-use development that is an entertainment center and a destination zone and retail and restaurants and commercial. So it's very, very important to our community.
Well, and truly, Mayor, too, just the groundbreaking, just to start the actual digging of the Crystal Lagoons was just an incredible event. Particularly, the last couple years when it was getting harder and harder to see that start date, and now it has started, and we now know when it's going to be completed. So very excited. Lots
of progress being made, but this is a long-term project. Yes. So I hope our residents understand this is over, a 10-year build, but we're making really, really good progress. The Main Street Fest and Holiday Parade is on Saturday, December 14th. Join us from 3 to 8 p.m. in the Village of Rowlett downtown for a festive evening featuring live performances, food trucks, vendors, and kids' activities. It's all topped off with a tree lighting ceremony and an annual lighted holiday parade. What better way to kick off the holiday season than with a fun-filled night of live performances and a wide variety of holiday activities that also includes photos with Santa, food trucks serving up tasty treats, and local vendors. Main Street Fest is one of our premier events in the year, and it's topped off by a holiday parade and very, very good activities for our families. What a great time. We've had so many good events downtown this year.
We have, Mayor, and it's really exciting to see this come back to downtown. All the floats and the kids participating, and just a blast for the whole family.
And this event will happen regardless of weather, I would assume.
Yes.
Last year was a little chilly, and the year before was absolutely beautiful. So you never know what's going to happen, but it's so much fun to see all the activities going on, and that parade is a blast to attend. So I hope our residents will come down to downtown Rowlett.
The 12 Days of Christmas begins on December 3rd. Each day, for 12 consecutive days, there will be a festive event leading up to our final event for the year, the Main Street Fest and Holiday Parade. All activities with the exception of Breakfast with Santa held at the RCC will take place in the Village of Rowlett downtown.
It all starts with decorating downtown on December 3rd at 5 p.m. Then on day 2, visit Santa's Workshop from 6 to 8 p.m.
Then on day 3 is holiday trivia from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wake up early on day 4 and get Breakfast with Santa at the Community Center from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Cocoa and Carolers kicks off day 5, starting at 6 p.m. Then get ready to vote on day 6 with a social media contest, Ugly Sweater Sunday. And just for your information, this event is online only and will not take place in person.
On December 9th, it's ornament and stocking making with storytelling from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then the downtown scavenger hunt starts at 6 p.m. on day 8.
Day 9 is Wreath Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Test your design skills on day 10 with gingerbread house making and cookie decorating from 6 to 8 p.m.
Then kick back and enjoy the family feature film Polar Express on day 11, starting at 6 p.m. Then finally, it's the big event you've been waiting for on day 12. It's the Main Street Fest and Holiday Parade from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
In the event of inclement weather, the events will be moved inside the Rowlett Community Center, with the exception of the Main Street Fest and Holiday Parade. Please contact Adam at 972-412-6170 or email aacoba@rowlett.com for more information.
Mayor, this is pretty exciting. Here we are again, the 12 Days of Christmas. Events for every day, for every family member. It's a great time of the year.
You know, our Rowlett Parks and Rec Department does such a great job with programming so many things, and there's something for everybody. And, you know, come down all 12 days. What great activities leading up to the holiday season. So we're real happy that we're able to do this again and that our residents have these opportunities for engaging.
We'll be looking for you.
Every month, we answer your emails on air about city-related topics. It's a segment we call Ask the Mayor. Brian, let's check the inbox for this month's email.
Our email this month asks, Madam Mayor, what are the chances the city would put up more street lights on Old Rowlett Road? It is a very dark two-way traffic road. With the Evergreen Senior Apartments located there, the traffic has increased. When the Physicians Professional Building opens, traffic will increase even more. I would appreciate your attention to this matter. Thank you.
That's a great question. As on most non-residential streets, streetlights on Old Rowlett Road are strategically placed at intersections for safety purposes. Currently on Old Rowlett Road, there are streetlights at the intersections of Big A Road, Astor Lane, and Rowlett Road. Well-lit developments on Old Rowlett Road, such as Evergreen, the City of Rowlett Development Services Building, and the new medical building soon to open, also provide illumination to the road. In addition, Rowlett Public Works staff regularly evaluates our roadways, such as Old Rowlett Road and others like it, to ensure signs and striping are maintained and installed to assist drivers in safely navigating the roads. That being said, we will evaluate your concerns and see if additional measures should be taken to make the roads safe at night. Thank you so much for your question. If you have a question you'd like to ask the mayor about any city-related topic, email askthemayor@rowlett.com.
The December Spirit of Rowlett Award goes to Brian Wilburn. This award recognizes Rowlett residents doing extraordinary things for our community. Do you know someone who's made a difference in Rowlett? Nominate them for the Spirit of Rowlett Award at rowlett.com/spirit. Let's watch the interview with this month's winner, Brian Wilburn.
I'm here today with Brian Wilburn, winner of the December 2019 Spirit of Rowlett Award. Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor.
Well deserved. We're so happy that you're being recognized. You've had a few recognitions lately.
Yes, ma'am.
But, you know, you're so important to so many things going on in the city of Rowlett. This is a well-deserved recognition.
Well, thank you. And I just want to say it's been a team effort. You know, I have lots of really good, hardworking people in my club that have helped. The folks at the VROC, the Veterans Resource and Outreach Center. All these things are kind of intertwined, and we have
kind of snowballing, isn't it?
It is definitely snowballing, but everybody in my circle there is all dedicated to doing what we do, helping, recognizing first responders and veterans, and so it's definitely been a team effort.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my cut that I've got
Yes.
from Third Watch Law
Yes.
Enforcement
And
Motorcycle
it says
Club.
her honor on there,
It
too.
does. And this was a while ago.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
got this, and we're wearing these because that's where it all started.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Sure did.
So you're the president of Third Watch Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club,
Yes, ma'am.
and you've been working to better the lives of veterans and first responders for quite a while.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about what you started, kind of the beginning of all this. What were you doing at the beginning?
I got introduced to Chris Kazar, our caregiver over at Life Message, and I think it was around Memorial Day, if I recall. We put a ride together. It was
That
back
was a
when-
ride right after the Memorial Day.
Right after,
ceremony?
and while Todd was still the mayor in here, and we ended up raising a little over $1,500. And in the process of delivering that to Life Message, found out that they were taking care of 24 needy veterans that were kind of living right on the edge. And we found 3 more for a total of 27 within the Rowlett city limits. There were 3 living 2 underneath the bridge down here at Muddy Creek, and 1 down where they just built the new apartments at. And so some of us that started talking about it, so we got to do something to help these people. And in my discussions with Chris, he's a very like-minded person. We started talking about the idea of a veteran center, and my first idea about that was like a place where they could go and hang out and have coffee, that kind of stuff. He had far more ambitious plans
He had grandiose
than mine.
plans.
He did. And then it wasn't long after that you became mayor, and you and I first started talking about doing something definitive to recognize the veterans,
Right.
Which you started the
Bi-monthly
Veterans Recognition Program, which I think is a huge
I
success.
came
and
right
hats
to
off
you and said, help me, Brian.
Yeah, but it's this was great. It really is, and it's been a real blessing in my life because I get to meet these guys and ladies and talk to them and hear their stories, and some of them are very moving, very heartwarming. We've had great moments.
And exposure is important.
Exposure is important, and that helped get things going. Chris put into motion what eventually became the VROC, the Veterans Resource and Outreach Center, over here on Industrial Street now, and all these things are kind of working together to benefit.
That's been open about 9 months, I think. Somewhere
Since we had the soft opening in February, and it opened the doors officially
Right.
at the end of March.
And incredible amount of support and activity going on
Yes.
at the VROC. And you're involved in this walk every month on the 22nd of every month.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's a reason you walk the 2-mile bridge on the 22nd.
Yes, ma'am.
You were, your group was recently highlighted on Channel 11's Ones for Texas program.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about what that's all about.
For Third Watch, our mission statement is to honor, serve, and support our veterans and first responders. And obviously, having a lot of former military and law enforcement in the club, you have your ear to the ground about what's going on. And we became disturbed by the number of first responder and veteran suicides. Just the numbers are completely off the chart, and we found this unacceptable. But we didn't really know what to do. There's the 1-800 Don't Kill Yourself hotlines out there and all, but we wanted to make some definitive statement here locally and try to make some change so that city governments, state governments, the state government rather, paid as much attention to that as they do to your physical health. So we brainstormed it one night and decided that we could do this by, on the 22nd of every month, going out to the bridge between Rowlett and Rockwall and walking collective 22 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So we walk a mile down and a mile back. And we call it hashtag walk the bridge. Actually got that name stuck, hashtag walk the bridge stuck. And we just committed ourselves to doing this, and then we started.
And what's the significance of 22?
Well, until they revised it here recently, the VA had said that on average 22 veterans a day take their own life.
Right.
And
that's
so that
down to
adds up.
17
It's down to
now?
17 now,
Which is
the
great
latest.
news.
So people across the country are impacting this by helping to raise awareness, and that was our initial goal,
Mm-hmm.
to raise awareness and to honor the lives of those people, because they had lives, they served honorably, they had family members, and we wanted to treat their passing with the respect that they deserve. And we also wanted to try to incorporate a political component of that. So we started reaching out. We reached out to City of Rowlett,
Mm-hmm.
because that's my home, and we reached out to the state through Senator Bob Hall's office, Retta Bauer's office. We reached out to them and said, we have to do something about this. Come join us on the bridge. You've walked it.
Mm-hmm.
Help us raise awareness.
Well, Brian, so deserved Spirit of Rowlett Award winner, and thank you for everything you have done and continue to do for our
Thank
community.
you. I'm humbled because it really is. It's a team effort. It's
It
it's
absolutely
everybody.
is, and it's good to recognize the effort that's going on, and you're the face of the effort. So thank you very much. And
Yes, ma'am.
if you have any ability or desire to help in any of these efforts, you can be reached at the VROC.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can join your effort on walking the bridge, and there's lots of ability for helping in these various areas.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mayor.
Do you know someone who makes a difference in Rowlett? Nominate them for the Spirit of Rowlett Award at rowlett.com/spirit.
The number of war veterans and first responders who take their lives every year is alarming, and a North Texas group is trying to change that trend one step at a time, and that makes them our Ones for Texas. Here's Steve Pickett.
Let's bring this out of the dark, shine some light on it, and start talking about it at every level of government and in your cities.
Over a year ago, Brian Wilburn and the Third Watch LE Motorcycle Club decided to walk and raise awareness of war veterans and first responders who commit suicide.
Part of the reason that we walk is to honor their memory, because these people had families, they had lives, they served honorably in many cases.
The motorcycle club is made up of current and retired police, firefighters, and military. Among them, Barry Morris, who retired after 30 years with Texas DPS.
The attitude in law enforcement for years and years has kind of been rub some dirt on it, get over it, get back out there. That's what we're here to say is not acceptable. There's got to be a better way than taking it out on yourself.
The federal government says on average, 17 veterans take their lives every day. However, that is down from 22 suicides a day just last year. So every month on the 22nd, Third Watch and dozens more walk the Highway 66 bridge from Rowlett to Rockwall and back. That's 2 miles.
We figured if we could get 11 people out here, we could do the symbolic 22.
The group believes their efforts are making a difference where it matters most.
We saved 3 lives. We can say that definitively, 3 lives. And to me, that makes everything that we do out here a success.
Now they want state and federal leaders to address suicide head on.
Somebody at some point is going to say, wait a minute, enough. And we want to be there when that happens so we can say, here's some options. We're here to help.
Taking on this delicate issue step by step. Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
Of the 3 people Third Watch says were saved by their efforts, 2 are local veterans, and the third happened to be a New York police officer who had seen a past walk here in North Texas on a Facebook Live broadcast. If you or someone you know, folks, is contemplating suicide, go ahead and reach out. This is so important to help those folks out. The Suicide and Crisis Center hotline number is right there on your screen here in North Texas. That number is 214-828-1000.
Touring our neighborhoods to see lights and yard displays is a holiday tradition and a great way to create lasting memories with family and friends. The City of Rowlett is excited to bring back the Light Up Rowlett Awards. Saluting the time and effort that goes into outdoor decor, one home in each quadrant of the city will be recognized for their outstanding holiday displays, and you get to choose them. If you see an outdoor display that you think is great, or if you feel like your display is amazing, snap a photo or a short video clip and post it on the city's Facebook page, along with the address in the comments section. Not on Facebook? You can also email your photo to neighborhoodlife@rowlett.com and we'll post it for you. You can cast your votes by hitting like or love on your favorites. The displays in each quadrant with the most likes by December 19th will win. Thank you to the hundreds of residents and businesses decorating your outdoor spaces. Your efforts delight and inspire us every time we drive by. We appreciate the special effort it takes to brighten the holiday season for us all. Brian, we've had really good participation with this in the last couple of years that we've done this, and residents are happy to display some of those buildings and houses that are well decorated, and they really like to share that with the residents.
You know, Marion, they do, and some of them go all out. It's just remarkable the time and effort they put into this, and really, as we said, how it inspires all of us. And you know, I can remember as a kid, my family driving through a neighborhood and just looking at all the lights, and we did that with our kids, and now we're doing it with our grandkids.
Please make sure you share those locations with us and those pictures, and make sure you go out on our Facebook page and like or love that so that your favorite can win.
Here are the public meetings in December. City Council meetings will be held on December 3rd and December 17th. The Planning and Zoning Commission will hold one meeting on December the 10th. City office will be closed on December 24th and 25th for the Christmas holiday. City offices will also be closed on New Year's Day, which is Wednesday, January 1, 2020.
Thank you for watching the holiday edition of Spotlight on Rowlett. We wish all our residents happy holidays, and a prosperous new year. Any information or story heard on this show can be found on rowlett.com. Don't forget to visit the city's Facebook page for the latest events and information. We'll see you in the next decade on
Spotlight on Rowlett.